Agua.
Welcome to another episode of Kathy Fernandez Spiritual Health. The power to change your life is within you. You just have to believe it. Join me. Our journey begins now.
Have you ever felt that you have no meaning for life? That sometimes you feel like you have lack of inspiration, of motivation, and it's like almost like if you feel disconnected of everything. And let me tell you that could be possible, but that disconnection might happen because you are disconnected from nature. Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome to this episode of Spiritual Health. I have a friend that since she was little, she has this fascination for big cities. She loved big buildings. She loved the bricks. She loved the fast pace of the city. Anyway, she loved everything about cities. She thinks, because she was coming from this countryside, from a small town in her country, and she thinks that living in a small town is like living without civilizations. Every connection she made with the city was about, oh my God, they're civilized. They know what they're doing. They more classic. They know this. There's a lot of technology in cities. So everything, her whole mindset about city was about evolution, about being connected to being more. Like she thought country city was like, oh no, like those are like the lost people. And obviously, when she moved to the United States, she came to Florida first. And she's like, oh, no way. I'm not living in Florida. I'm going to go to the city of New York. Obviously, in the United States, big city, New York is the city of all cities, right? Around the world, I think. And she ended up there. She ended up loving to be in the city. She ended up everything. She saw the magic. She feel like she was empowered, that, that she belonged there, that, it was a city that never sleeps. It's a city of, you can find everything and anything. And obviously, this huge container made of bricks, it was her life. She really enjoyed to be there. Immediately, she learned how to take the trains, how to do this, how to enjoy the city night, and know the best restaurants, the best clubbing and bars, and what's on trend, what is not on trend. So all that life, she really enjoys. But time comes, and what happened? She started feeling weird inside. It was a city that never sleep, but she started feeling that she could not sleep. She thought it was because it was too loud or this and that. She started feeling nervous, anxious, and she has her mind, she couldn't have concentration. She couldn't concentrate. She couldn't focus. She felt dismotivated. She didn't have any will to do anything. And she didn't know why, because she enjoyed the city. She was so happy what she had. She had a great job. She was working from home, which she really enjoys. And her life was the way she wanted it to be. But when she started feeling sick inside, with that lack of energy and that she couldn't sleep, she was so tired, she start going to the doctors, and they start performing different tests. They couldn't find anything. And obviously they ask her, okay, do you have any stress? How's your level of stress? How have you lost somebody? Have you break up with somebody? All these things that can lead you to feel the way she was feeling. But she was not going through none of that. And she was pretty happy with what she had, with the life that she built. And she was in the place that she wanted to be. Everything was perfect, but she didn't feel well. And eventually, after all the tests and even talking to psychology, psychiatry, whatever, they couldn't find or figure it out anything. So she called me. And when she called me after analyzing everything, because she say, I'm really worried. I don't know what's going on with me. I mean, I'm going to these feelings and sensations in my physical body that apparently it has no root for it. It doesn't. I don't feel like I shouldn't. Even the doctors feel I shouldn't feel like that. So after analyzing her situation, I ended up seeing what was going on with her energy. And I saw her. I say, oh my God, you're not grounded. You are disconnected from nature. And she goes, and what does it have to do with anything? Yeah, I don't live in nature. I don't like nature. That's what she said. I said, what do you mean you don't like nature? She's like, I know. Countryside, el campo? No. So anyway, when I explained to her the reasons why she feel the way she feel when you are not rooted, when you are not grounded, those are the symptoms. So I say, please do this. Go and reconnect back to nature. And she's like, oh my God, this is like, I say, just think it's your treatment. Take it as a treatment for your energy, for your own sake. And she did. She listened to me and she started, doing walks in nature, going away from the city. And almost instantly, she started feeling much better. She started sleeping more. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know this could do that. I said, yeah, you are going back to nature. You are part of this ecosystem. It's like taking a fish out of the water. What is it going to do? It's going to die. Because we are part of nature. So when she started to reconnect and doing all these things, doing her walks, doing her exercise in nature, she felt much better. And now it's part of her own rituals. Now every week she goes away from the city. She takes the time off and goes away from the city, either for a day or half a day. Whatever she can get, she does. Even do walking on the park. Sometimes instead of doing the train, she just walk, and and she walks barefoot in the when she's in the park. She takes off her shoes and she reconnect and do the exercise to go back to her own nature, and she feels a lot better. And you too. What are you doing to reconnect to nature? Have you think about it? That when we are disconnected, that just using or doing like the Japanese does, they take off their shoes, they walk bare shoes in their house. That reconnect them back to nature, to the planet. Are you doing that? What are you doing to ground yourself? I remember one time that I was traveling so much. It was one of those times that I felt like I live on a plane and hotels. So it was like up and down, hotels, meetings, and this and that. And I was completely tired. I thought it was because of, when you're traveling, you don't get proper sleep sometimes. But I did. I was used to it. I have comfortable beds, so I slept a lot, and I tried to eat, like healthy foods and things when I was in my travelings. But I start developing this headache, and I felt really, really tired, like really tired. And obviously, I would say no because it's the plane I'm traveling, or maybe it's the jet lag. Yes, it was, but at the same time, it was my head felt like literally I was in the air. And I started being kind of forgetful. I couldn't focus anymore. I have no concentration to do my creative work. And obviously, even my thoughts were confused. So I even was doubting my own intuition. So after having my head in the air, I immediately knew that I got disconnected. I was not grounded. I have lost my my connection to the planet. And like the extra ground in electricity that you have to use. You have to ground when you're doing the electricity in a house or in a place. There's this one piece that is called the ground. Well, that's us. We need to do that. We need to ground our own energy. Because otherwise, the energy gets, completely off. And sometimes what happens is that you disconnect, and you could even have what I call energetic circuit break, like a shortage. Okay? So what I did, obviously, after I realized that was going on with me, so I started reconnecting back to nature. Because sometimes, when you're too busy, you forget. And even though I live very close to nature, I believe within nature, sometimes you forget to actually do the connection. Okay? Even though nature does it for you. When you live like in the countryside, if you notice, people are like more calm. People are more settled. Because nature gives you that balance of calmness. When you just breathe in nature, the pure air, only that can give you a sense of calmness. Okay? And so when I start doing that back, my connection, a great idea came up. I start organizing spiritual retreats to help people to reconnect to nature and their seasons. And, and eventually, because people are too busy. And nowadays, we have always doing things, and you forget that even walking barefoot 5 minutes in the grass or on a beach, you can reconnect back to nature and start feeling a lot better. You start feeling clarity and balance within yourself. But also that helps you go through your own seasons in life. Knowing that everything is a cycle and knowing how to close a cycle. And when the season changes, the season also changes within you, inside you. So when you connect, nature helps you connect to your own season, to your own cycles. And what happens is when we are in tune with that connection, our process are easier. We can understand the process of nature. And for that, we can live more balanced and everything makes sense for us. You don't live like, oh my God, what's going on in life? No, if I'm going through this season, this is a different process. If I'm going to, let's say, when I'm a mother, obviously, I'm not going to be going out for dancing every night because I have to care for the kids. So that's that nature of becoming the mother, so that's a cycle. You're not the maiden, you're the mother. So and same thing with the seasons. We are going to different nature, like the spring, the summer, the autumn. So when we understand that process, obviously we understand the process in our lives. So nature communicates, is the part we communicate with the planet. Okay, it's like going to the main source of our home. Okay, so when we interact with nature, that's the way we communicate with the planet. Okay, and what happens is when we create this harmonious communication with it, it helps us to our own nature. It helps us to have good concentration. It helps us to be more grounded. And grounded helps you to have better sleep, you can focus better, you can be more balanced, and have better functioning of your nervous system, so less anxious and more tranquility and calm. And then you will ask, how do I connect to nature? Or how do I do this? How do I do this grounding thing? Well, there's different ways. And there's easy ways and there's more specific ways, okay? But the easy way is to go have a walk. Take a walk in nature. Go to a park, go to the countryside, go to the jungle, wherever you need, go to the beach, okay? And walk. But not walk consciously. You're not going to walk with your, listening to the music or talking on the phone, because you're going to miss the point of that. You have to be in communion with nature. When you're walking, you have to pay attention, be present. Be present of what it is. Have you seen, the leaf falling on the floor? What is in there? Is it green? Is it changing color? The same thing with the animals around it. What kind of animal? Are they butterflies? Are they eating, or going in the nectar of the flower? Is there flowers? So just kind of be conscious and be present when you're walking. Okay? You can go for a hike too. Sitting in the grass or sitting on the beach, just go for a swim on the beach. That also reconnects you to nature. But when you sit in the grass, just kind of be conscious. Know that there's root growing under you, that you're really connecting to that part, that you become into this network of nature, of the planet, that you can communicate with what's going on with you and what's going on in the environment, okay? So another thing you can do easily is to walk barefoot. And when you walk barefoot, remember that the new shoes, like the sneakers and anything that has rubber under, disconnect you from the planet. They're very good to walk, to run, to exercise, but you also need to, connect your root to the planet, and those are your feet. Remember, under the feet, and we have in the sole of our feet, we have little chakras that communicates, like little portals of connection, and they help you connect to the planet. So when you put your foot on the ground, especially if you do it on the grass or in the beach or any soil, you're doing that connection. You interacting to what's going on under you. And it's not under you because it feels under you, but it's like the whole thing becomes, kind of like the energy surrounded you. Another thing you can do is to do rituals. I love to do rituals in nature. You can pick up any little sticks. You can pick up feathers. You can pick up leaves. You can pick up flowers, or you can pick up any like little seeds, anything that falls down from nature, you can pick it up and make a big mandala. You can make a mandala of, connection, or you can offer, like do offering to nature, and say, this is a gift that I'm making for you. And it understands when you start developing this communication with the flowers, with anything, with the planet itself, is going to reply back to you. Remember, the language is different, but it's something that you could understand if you get attuned to it. Okay, and lastly, you can just breathe in nature, and so just breathe in nature, and that could help you just as you connect with whatever it's in there, and you take a deep breath in of pure air. Wow, that's energy. That's life. Okay? And whatever you do, just know that nature helps you connect to your real nature. And as you connect to your real nature, everything becomes in balance. Just know that you are part of this big ecosystem, that you work together with the biochemistry of the planet. And when you work together with that, knowing, consciously, you can actually develop this relationship that can help you maintain your balance in all your seasons. Okay? And I hope you have enjoyed this episode today. And I hope to see you next time. And until next time, see you around. And don't forget, awaken your magic.
Agua.